Hello everyone, welcome to Texture Myth. In this session, we are going to discuss another very important example related to GitHub Copilot use cases, where I'll show you how you can use GitHub Copilot to create a program that can also handle all input operations, right? Input values. So if in your project there is a requirement where you are supposed to create one Python program that can also accept the input parameter. So in that case, how you are supposed to write the prompt, what all things we are supposed to mention in the prompt, these all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. But before we proceed further with it, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on the user input. But prior to that, we have already covered various examples, and those examples you can also find in the Texture Myth digital course book, which is freely available in the description box for all of you. So from there you can take a reference, and if you have any query or question there, you can simply reach out to me through comment section. I would be more than happy to answer all your queries there. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Now what I'll do, like here you can see I have only 14 source in my source library, right? So we will create the 15th program where we will handle all user input values, but all code, entire code will be created with just one single prompt. We are not going to write any logic manually. Okay. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just copy my prompt here. So this is my prompt. Now I'll just show you like what all things I have mentioned in the prompt and how you can write it. Okay. So firstly, we have to assign the role. So firstly, I'm assigning the role to GitHub Copilot. So clearly mention that act as a senior Python developer with 20 years of experience in writing beginner friendly code. The second thing is task. So generate 100% compilable Python program named GHC15 user input demo with a function handle user input. Okay. Now after this, a role and task, what we will do, we will specify the scenario. So in case of scenario, we will just simply mention like what is the program requirement, what all operations it is supposed to do, right? So for that, I clearly mentioned here, generate 100% compilable Python program named as GHC15 user input demo.py. Okay, with one function handle user input. So this is the requirement, like program name and method name. And after that, we will simply specify the other required detail, like scenario you can see a bank account opening form that takes user input for personal details like name and all other thing, validate each input before accepting, and generate a final account summary after all input are successfully collected. So this is the overall requirement. Now for that requirement, what we will do, we will simply write a few conditions, right? So my first condition says collect and validate all 6 input from the user, like full name, age, mobile number, right? And also there are some validation condition, like full name must be not empty and only alphabet allowed. In case of age, it must be integer between 18 to 70. In case of mobile number, must be exactly 10 digit. In case of email address, there should be @ and dot to be valid. For account type, there are only 2 types of account. One is savings and one is current account. And for initial deposit, the value should be minimum 1000 as a float value. So these are my validation conditions. So I clearly mention it like these are the things that I want in my program. And for that, I want to handle the input. Okay. So we are not actually doing the coding. We are just explaining like what is our requirement so that it will work accordingly. Then for second point, you can see each point must be taken using input function. Each input must be validate immediate after entry, like valid, show accepted message, and move to the next field. Invalid, show exact error, and ask again using the while loop to correct the value is entered. Okay, so in case if there is any kind of error, it will re-prompt the question again, and it will ask for the re-enter the value, right? But if the values are valid, it will move to the next part. Okay, then we have next thing, that is use real banking variable name. So as we are working with the banking domain, so it should use only banking related variable names, like initial deposit, right? Account holder, mobile number, account type, right? So these kind of names should take according to the coding standard. Then use f-string for all kind of print statements. So wherever we want to print the values, it should use f-string. And after all input collected, print the final account summaries. Yes, so when we have collected all kind of values, it should show the full value account summary value. Okay, which should it should show account holder name, age, mobile, email, account type, initial deposit, and account number. So this is the overall requirement. And in case of account number, it should go for a auto generated as ACC mobile number, last 4 digit. Other than that, there are few generic errors, generic rules. So I clearly mentioned must compile and run in Python 3 without errors. And this is the line I want to keep it in at the top, so that I can use any kind of icons in my program. No external library, built-in only, clean indentation and comment on every block, main block inside if name and name. Use equal and hyphen for the table borders. So after writing this master prompt, just press enter, and now you will see the magic. Within few seconds, it will create a program from scratch with all kind of requirement, and then we will verify the output. Make a habit to always verify the output, because there might be a chance where like AI model get hallucinate and it might produce a wrong output. So it is your responsibility as a developer to verify whatever we have received from AI models like GitHub Copilot, and in case if any modification is needed, just do it. Okay, but don't trust blindly, you should review it first. Okay, so it is ready. I'll just simply keep it, and I'll just show you like what all code it has prepared. So this is the code. Okay, so it collect the name, validate it, it is non-empty with alphabetic characters, spaces only, right? And according to the requirement, it accepts all kind of input. So now what I'll do, just to verify it, I'll just simply execute it from here. Okay, let me run it in a terminal. So I'll just go here, run active file, and it will show you the option where you can key in the input. Yeah, so here let's say if I put something with numbers, okay, so it will show me the error. Full name must contain only alphabets and spaces. Okay, that means it is working fine. So here I'll write Shomit, then age, let's say 45, then mobile number, let's say 98765432210. Oh, it's wrong, right? So it is looking for all kind of validation. So 98765432210. Then email a@test.com. Then account type, I want saving account, and initial amount 3000. Press enter. Okay, so likewise, okay, I think I closed it by mistake. So this is how like it will work. You have to just provide all input values, and at the time of accepting those values, it is also validating the values. So in case if something is wrong, it will ask you to re-enter the value. If everything is right, it will move to the next line one by one and validate all the input field that we are passing here. Okay, so this is how like you can easily utilize GitHub Copilot. The only thing you need to take care is that always make a habit that your code should be reviewed before you actually move it to any other project or any other requirement. Okay, so this is the one thing. And also whenever you are testing any logic, test it with multiple scenarios so that we can verify whether it is working fine or not using the GitHub Copilot. In fact, you can use GitHub Copilot for testing. I'll show you that in the later go like how you can utilize GitHub Copilot for testing purpose, but for timing we are just mainly focusing on the developing part. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching TechSharmat.